Thank you so much for doing this interview with us and joining us here and sharing your experiences at Camp BIOmed. It's definitely going to make a difference in students who are thinking about being a part of camp, and for them to know how that would make a difference or what impact would they have in their future. So thank you so much for doing this. Let's just start by getting to know you better, saying like introduce yourself, who you are. If you remember on how you came to camp or how you know about camp and which camp were you part of, let's just start from there.
Okay, well, my name is Sid Singh. I go to the University of California, Riverside.
Mhm.
I'm currently a sophomore. I came to this camp because I heard it from one of my science teachers in 8th grade, and I decided the summer before ninth grade I really wanted to do it. So I asked my mom, and I ended up coming to the camp. Um, I ended up doing the medical microbiology camp because at that point I was focused on going into pre-dental.
Yeah.
I switched my degree into bioengineering actually
Oh,
because of this
that's
camp, kind of.
amazing. Okay.
Yeah. So this camp had a lot of like influence on me, I would say for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm so happy, when the teachers or the counselors are recommending our camp to the students, that really means a lot to us. It means that they see some confidence in us and they see the value in a program that they recommend this to the students. So it really keeps us motivated and going. So, what made you change your mind, and how do you think that bioengineering came to your mind after doing camp?
Well, I felt that I could do more help as a bioengineer because the field is not as, I would say, developed as like, let's say, electrical engineering. Or and I also think that it could do more help than being a dentist
Okay.
uh, because of that, because there's not as many resources available.
Yeah. So, what is your goal after doing this degree? Where do you see yourself? Like, what would you want to do with it?
Well, I see myself initially going into the field,
Okay.
hopefully working for a company, and kind of just building my own ideas off of it. I
Okay.
hope to work with the brain
Oh,
in
interesting.
neuroscience, working neuroscience mixed with biotechnology. That's where I see myself after college.
How would you say that it helped you grow personally?
Yeah. Well, I would say it gave me an introduction into STEM research as well as scientific method.
Hmm.
Because I was going in as a ninth grade, I didn't really have that much
Yeah.
thoughts of the scientific method and
Yeah.
its applications. And so this camp really like immersed me into it, and it gave me real life problems to work with. For example, let me go to the cancer camp,
Hmm.
the cancer research camp. It it showed me like the real life applications of cancer research, as well
Yeah.
as um, sort of gave me hands-on abilities to work with it. For instance, the brain. I was able
Yeah.
to dissect it myself, and so
Yeah.
just having that hands-on opportunity to just see it in person,
Right.
it really opened my eyes to like the possibilities of it.
Right.
So
So when you came into camp, did you come with the thought that, okay, this is the area that I like. This is where I want to make my career in like biomedical sciences as a whole? Or were you still struggling with the idea of which way do you want to go to? And did that change something when you came into camp? Like,
I
did you
would
have
say I was somewhat on the fence. I
okay.
was in between pre-dental and bioengineering, and this camp really just opened my eyes to bioengineering, and I was able to learn that it was more than just what I thought it was. It was way more in
Mhm.
depth, and there was way more applications than I thought were possible.
Is
So,
there a favorite memory that you can share? Okay, this particular thing really excited me. That is also something we would like to hear.
uh, um, Well, I have two technically. So I have the brain surgery that we did, and I also had this. We did this one lab in microbiology. We did gel electrophoresis,
Yeah.
and I remember actually some of the other students thinking that it was kind of boring because we're just leaving it, and
Yeah.
but I honestly I really like the process, the gel electrophoresis. I actually did it a few weeks ago in my class, and it was like
Okay.
in my Chem 1B class in college, and I was really grateful that I did it at this camp because it made the lab like so much more easier and so much more fun.
Yeah.
And so
If you were to describe camp in 3 words, what those 3 words would be?
I would say my three words would probably be exciting,
Mhm.
fundamental for sure, and just fun. It was pretty
Okay.
fun, I would say. So
Okay. Yeah, that's
yeah.
amazing. That's amazing. So while you were, with your school, you went on 1 year, you did this camp. Are there any other camps in the area or any other internships that you did? And if yes, and what were they? And how would you compare that to the camp?
Well, my internships kind of ranged in a bunch of different um, areas. I did a pre-dental
Okay.
internship. I did also a State Farm internship. I kind of
Okay.
just I immersed myself in a bunch of different um, areas. But this camp was probably the most applicable, I would say.
Okay. Okay.
I was able to apply it to my major, and it opened my eyes for sure. And I mean, because it opened my eyes, I didn't exactly feel like I needed to go any further, I would say.
Okay.
I didn't really, I kind of did a lot of self learning
Mm-hmm.
at home. Like after this camp, 10th grade, I bought myself like a microscope, and I was like doing things
Oh,
around. So
nice.
yeah, I would say this camp, it gave me like the thoughts of becoming a bioengineer, but I usually self learn a lot, so I didn't really
Yeah.
do any internships after that.
Yeah. Remember, we used to also do a session on bioethics, and we still do it. Have
Right.
you heard of ethics, or are you practicing ethics anywhere in your current learning?
Um, I would say I'm practicing ethics. My school is very into it. I actually did a paper on it for my lab, and
Okay.
so I practice it on a daily basis. Cancer research lab. My presentation was on ethics. It was on cancer research ethics.
Oh, it
So yeah,
was. Oh,
yeah,
that's nice.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I think of ethics as really important, and I think it should be the forefront, honestly, of all
Yeah.
research.
Yeah. At the end, I would like to ask if there are any recommendations or thoughts that you would like to share for somebody who might want to consider a camp in, say, 2024 or future.
Well, I would just say know that this camp is going to be absolutely fun. It's going to be really fun. No matter which camp you pick, it's going to be really, because I tried multiple, and I know that each camp has its own sort of positives and negatives.
Yeah.
But just know that overall, every camp is going to be really fun. And if you make sure to absorb as much knowledge as you can, you're going to have even more fun because you'll know that that information is going to be applicable in the future if you choose to pursue a degree in it. Um, and yeah, that's basically it. It helped me a lot, I would say, personally, because just being immersed in it, it makes it so much easier in the future. Like for my gel electrophoresis lab, for example, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, try to absorb as much knowledge as you can. That's my
Okay, thank you for sharing all of that information. I'm pretty sure that it's going to be helpful for people who are considering coming to camp, and for our instructors and everybody who helps us, build this camp, because it's always motivating to hear from a former student that it's really applicable and whatever they're learning is useful
Mhm.
for them. So thank you so much again for taking time and doing this interview with us.
Oh
Yeah.
no, thank you so much for this opportunity. I really appreciate it.